I've already. It's Maggie being very noisy.
Sam Reich, let me direct a Dropout video game.
Are you feeling hungry, Jen?
I'm feeling very hungry, yeah.
No! Over and out.
Erika, you're nominated for Best Lead Performance this year. How does it feel?
Crazy, amazing. I'm truly honored and very, very surprised. Thank you.
And Atsu's story is quite a varied one. It's one of sort of revenge, it's one of despair, I guess. There's so many different notes to it. How was it for you playing a character like that?
It was an absolute treat. Honestly, I wanted to be a part of telling stories that I want to play in games, and Atsu's is she's so layered, and so again, like, thank you to the writers and then the animators who were able to capture all the expressions and nuances of all of the characters. Her story is so juicy. It's juicy and delicious, and I'm really grateful that they trusted me with it.
And you have such a varied career. You're doing all sorts of things all of the time. So I wanted to ask you, if you had to choose between continuing to act in games or doing things like Dimension 20, Critical Role, that kind of thing, what would you choose?
See, the nice part about, being fluid in all areas is I don't have to choose anything. I'm greedy. I get what I want. I can get all the things, all the genders, all the partners, all of the games, or weirdos. Hey,
See, and she did this.
look at it!
She was like, "You're Alix Walter-Regan." I was like, "But you're Erika Ishii. Go back to your interview. Go back to your interview." But it's really cool.
I just met her.
But that was actually.
It's so crazy being a fan of games, and then being in this room. People are like, "Oh, I loved your work," and you're like, "Hi, great." But yeah, I don't have to choose. It's the best. But I guess I don't know. That's kind of like a fence riding answer for you, I guess. Ideally, I would get to make games with Dropout folks. I think that the sky's the limit for the things that they're doing. They hinted that they're getting back into scripted and to animation. So why not games?
I would love to see a Dropout game. That's like my dream come true.
Sam Reich, let me direct a Dropout video game.
Alix, good to see you again. Congratulations on the nomination. How does it feel to be here?
It's really, really cool. I was here last year just in the capacity of being someone who worked in video games, and it was a really cool experience. And to be here this year, but actually be nominated I was going to swear then. It's flipping cool. It's really flipping cool.
And I just wanted to know, where are the rest of them?
In my back pocket.
You have done loads of stuff since Baldur's Gate. Tell us all about it.
Currently 7 games under NDA, but we've also had Locomotive, Cabernet, Mike Bithel's Tron, Catalyst, Absalom, which people have played. Thank you for playing, and Fading Echo, which has been out in alpha playtest for a while and will come out next year. So quite a few, yeah. Please play the indie games, please.
And do you say you got 7 or 8 games under NDA? Okay. How many of them are indie games? How many of them are like big games? Can you say either way?
I'd say two are AAA, and the rest are indies. Play the indies too.
And do you have any? Are you allowed to tell us roughly when we can see you in them?
So you know how everyone was rearranging their release dates because of GTA? Yes, so everyone's releasing everything in March and April, February. Just the spring. Spring is going to be, you're going to be sick of me, and I'm sorry. Some of these things I've been sitting on for up to 2 years. Some are a couple of months. Why am I apologizing? Screw you, play the games.
So when spring comes around, we've got 8 games to play. All of them have got 7, sorry. I can't count. That's why I do the writing, not the numbers. We've got 7 games to play, all with you in them.
Yes.
We'll be back here next year to talk to you about all 7 games then, when you're nominated for all of them.
I wish it worked like this, but please, people of the press, please play the smaller games as well. It's good to see them, and it means a lot to the devs as well to get that recognition. But yeah, there are varying degrees of leading act, sometimes supporting, sometimes I'm barely in it, and it's fine. So I just had to do that for legal reasons. Yeah, so no bullying has happened here. It's all good.
Adriyan, you are nominated for Best Lead Performance in a Game this year for South of Midnight. How does it feel?
I feel like butterflies are in my stomach, and like I want to like run around and scream like a little kid, and then I'm also just like so grateful at the same time. So if you can imagine all of those feelings at once, like a little kid that just had a bunch of candy, that's how I feel. Like I want to explode. I'm so excited.
And playing through South of Midnight, Hazel is such an incredible character. Like, she's so full of life, and a lot of that is thanks to your performance. What was it that drew you to the character?
Her heart. Hazel has an amazing heart in her journey of healing herself while healing others, her journey of compassion towards others, stepping with that, leading with grace. All of those things just resonated so deeply with me, how I intend to parent my child, how I intend to live my own life. So it resonated really deeply with me, and I hope that because it did, it showed in the performance.
And I mean, South of Midnight is, in my mind, one of two huge stories from the South. There's that and Sinners that tell a very black story, a story of that kind of culture. How important do you think it is to tell those kinds of stories in 2025?
I'm sorry, could you repeat the last part of the question?
How important do you think it is to tell those kinds of stories in 2025?
It's so important. I mean, it's a matter of actually being able to see yourself, have stories that are authentically told, black stories that are authentically told, that actually change the narrative of how most times black people are depicted. Showing community, showing family, showing love, showing up for yourself, showing up for others. That's not often depicted, and I think that the game does a wonderful job of doing that and setting the tone of how we can show representation, and it doesn't have to take away from it doesn't have to take away from what the actual representation is. It doesn't have to make it seem like a stereotype or anything like that. You can show the positive light, and it can help people have a compassion and understand, so that there's more unity amongst us. We need empathy, we need compassion, and that's what the game leads with. So I love that.
Am I right in saying that this is your first time acting in a video game?
It's not. Okay.
There is a rumor that I was in something. I don't even know what, honestly, I don't even know if I was really there. There's a rumor that I was in another video game. It was a 2K production, but it never came out. I was a supervillain, I had powers and telekinesis, but I don't know, it never came out. But we shot the whole thing. So I did something, but I have no proof of it ever. I don't even have an email. They all disappeared. So in my mind, this is not my first, but in the world, yes.
And what are the differences between acting in like a live action film or TV production and acting in a game?
Other than how you have to be cognizant of the camera, not much for me. I try to do a really good job of just making sure that I'm being as present as possible, giving it my all, and making sure I'm staying authentic to the character. So that doesn't matter whether you're doing film, TV, or a video game. The technicalities are the cameras, the pacing, and things like that. So I think the only thing I do differently is I hit my beats and I try to hit them harder, because you have a shorter amount of time in a cinematic. But outside of that, I don't really think it's much of a difference.
Hi Radio Times, it's me, and I'm about to do some more gaming. No! Over and out. It's come to my attention that Radio Times thinks I don't do gaming, but I do, and I do it well. So hi Radio Times, I'm here to talk about gaming. I know gaming, and it might seem like I don't, but the truth is, I really do. I love games, and I'm also in some as well. So go and play them. Baldur's Gate 3, Expedition 33, they've all got a 3 in them. And I'm here doing my first red carpet, and as you can see, it's my first time, and I'm a little bit crazy.
Jen, congratulations on your nomination. How does it feel?
Absolutely wonderful, overwhelming, brilliant, shocking, hasn't sunk in, don't know if it'll ever sink in, incredible.
You have a track record at this point of acting in pretty phenomenal games. You were in Divinity 2, you were in Elden Ring, you were in Baldur's Gate 3, now in Expedition 33. How do you pick them?
Honestly, I try. Now I have a bit more choice than I used to. I just try and look at the character and see how wonderful the character might be. And it's obviously really hard because a lot of the time you've got no idea and you don't really get the script. So a lot of it is luck. Some of it is taste. But yeah, luck and taste. There we go. I'll give you that. Yeah.
And you've been known for so many years now with Shadowheart. Every time people do an interview with a Baldur's Gate person, it's about Baldur's Gate. Are you prepared for the next few years where every question you get asked is about Mael?
I've already. It's Maggie being very noisy. It's already a mixture, which I love because I adore them both. So yeah, I'm happy with either, to be honest. It's great.
And not to look forward to your next thing already, but you have got a game coming out soon, next year, where you'll be up against your girlfriend. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Well, it's wonderful. We barely started recording, so I'm so excited to see what they have in store. But yeah, I'm so chuffed to have my girlfriend opposite me, even if it is a slightly enemies thing. Maybe we can just get some of our rage out towards each other. Not that we have much rage towards each other at all, but still, I think it'll be really fun. I can't wait.
Alix, last time we spoke to you was just before the launch of Tiva. It now has launched. What has the reception been like?
The reception has been incredible. I'm particularly fond of holding the Radio Times gaming microphone, christened by Devora Wilde, Jen and Aliona. It's the same mic, right? The reception has genuinely been amazing. So thank you so much for all your coverage. People love the stories, people love the books. We've got fans sending in fan art, which is just kind of incredible. And I'm slightly blown away. I mean, we had David Boreanaz, who was Angel from Buffy, wrote to us saying that he liked the stuff. And I was like, there's a blast from the past, Mr. Angel from Buffy. And Angel from Angel, actually, to be fair. So thanks for reaching out.
And the last time we spoke, you mentioned that you had a big project that you weren't able to talk about.
Yes.
Are you still not able to talk about it?
I am not able to talk about it, but things shall come to light before the year is out. Magic.
God be with you, gentlemen.
Thank you. God be with you.
You are both nominated in this year's Golden Joysticks. How does it feel?
Feels amazing. I feel like if you'd asked us on day one, we worked together even before this game, but we started the first game nearly 10 years ago. Right. And I think if you said to either of us on that day that we would be stood here nearly 10 years later, we would not have believed you. So
yes, I would cursed your lying eyes for saying such a thing. It's amazing. It's fantastic. It's exciting. A little nervous, but excited.
And in a lot of games, the characters that you play are these sort of over-the-top, vast heroes. They're capable of all these incredible things. Both of your characters in this game kind of are just two guys. What is it like just playing two guys in a game?
It's really lovely, actually. I think when I first did motion capture, it was I don't know about you, but it was my first experience in motion capture. Yeah. And so I sort of assumed there was some sort of physical technique or some secret that you had to learn to do it well. And the joy of this game is that may be true of some more fantastical games, but it's absolutely not true of our game. You just have to kind of move and talk like a normal person. I think what we share, both of our characters have this kind of trauma, which is always nice to have a sort of background that is muddy and complex, and definitely both of our characters have that. So that gives you kind of an engine to your story. But in terms of the naturalism, it definitely makes the job easier, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the script's so well written, the characters are so well written. I mean, Henry's got so much depth. Eric's been a joy to come back to, but all of them do. So that script's so tight, and then the mocap, you get used to it pretty quick. You know, it requires a few different kind of skills, kind of theatre, voice work, and then just straightforward, normal naturalistic acting. But yeah, you get the hang of it.
And saying that you've got the hang of it, do you think if you were placed in medieval Bohemia, how would you fare?
I'd last about 2 minutes. I would fare very badly. How would you fare, Jim?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'd probably about a minute. I might survive as a beggar or something, but nothing more than that.
And it's a long evening ahead of us, so I just want to check, have you two eaten?
We are, of course, both feeling quite hungry. Somebody before said to me, they went, I'm going to ask you one more question, and I was like, I know what this is. And then they asked me something else, and I was like, you can ask me if I feel quite hungry, that's absolutely fine. Are you feeling hungry, Jim?
I'm feeling very hungry, yeah.
KCD2 has 5 nominations at the Golden Joysticks this year. How does it feel to have your game recognised for so many different categories?
Well, how does it feel, Prokop? I think unreal, absolutely. I must say we are really humbled because if you think back, I think all this started for us at Warhorse Studios 2014 with the Kickstarter project.
We were there.
We were old, full of dreams and hopes, and now
you didn't have the beard.
Well, that's true, and I was much fatter. No, now I'm much. Anyway, but no, it really feels great, and especially because this is a user or a player's choice award, so having the community sending us here in a way, it really feels great, and it shows that all this started as a community project, and it's great, humbling.
That's basically it. It's really humbling.
And KCD2 and KCD1 are quite unique as games because they're not easy games. They make it purposefully difficult for people to play. So how do you feel that a game like that has resonated so much with players?
I don't think it's necessarily that difficult. I just think it's like your actions are meaningful. And the fact that our audience actually like that really validates that we had the right idea like a decade ago. People are really into like a more deeper experiences.
And one must also acknowledge that we had to do a lot of trial and error with the first game, where we had a lot of great ideas that seemed amazing on paper, but then in the game it was trial and error, and we took a lot of feedback from the community and from playtesting and whatnot, and KCD2 is just enhanced in pretty much every aspect, so and I think we can say that this is exactly the game we imagined in 2014. So this is now the culmination, and it seems that people like it.
And the game's now been out for, 10 months now? You've had 2 DLC. What is next for Warhorse?
The common question. Now, of course, we have ideas, we have plans, we are prototyping at the moment, so we are trying out what could be next. Can't be too specific here. One thing that I can promise everyone, and kinda in where we feel that we established ourselves, is in the genre of the RPGs. So we really feel like we found our place there. We have our own recipe, our own spice. I said in another interview that we want to become the kings of RPGs. So this is one other step.
Ambitious goal.
Ambitious goal. But yeah, we will definitely go single-player RPGs and very immersive. That is what we are trying to do.